Hello, it's famously said to err is human, which simply means that it is in the very nature of the human being to commit mistakes knowingly or unknowingly. So it's just in your human DNA, in my human DNA, in all of our human DNA. So same applies to your coding ability as well. You might be the smartest programmer in the room to solve the question. You might be very proficient or you might have backtested your solution for all possible inputs. Yet scenes may arise in future or that your solution that you have proposed is not the one as was affected by the question. Even in online contests, it happens many a time, even it happened with me also when I was doing this online programming, that I wrote the solution and it didn't pass for all the test cases. And I just kind of kept on digging and digging and digging, but to no avail. So without wasting any time further, let's delve deep into 5 common mistakes that you need to avoid as a coder. First, the very common mistake which I have experienced with my colleagues and my seniors, and in fact my juniors also committing, is not understanding the question properly. Now, what do I mean over here? It's said that knowing your enemy is half the battle won. Similarly, when you are delving into finding the solution to the given question, take a step back and try to understand that what is the actual demand of the question. Especially, you should be able to break this main question into chunks of solvable sub-problems. Why? Because out of these sub-problems that you have divided, there might be few sub-problems of which solution you definitely know. And in that manner, if any percentage of a complete unknown question has been solved by you, then obviously the rest of things will start making sense to you slowly as you start thinking more and more about the question. So always try to understand the question first and then start into finding the solution to it. Second, trying to master different set of languages rather than focusing on problem solving. Now see, be very clear with your thought and the decision that you made on the first day that you need to be proficient in problem solving. It was never the requirement that you should be proficient in as many languages as possible. This is a very common mistake that I see people doing around me. In fact, I was also in this trap for a very short period of time during my early days when I started coding. For example, suppose if you are coding in C++, right? Now you out of nowhere feel the urge of switching to Python. Why? Because there was one line of code for Python to take the space separated inputs. In C++ it's a bit tricky, but yeah. Or maybe the urge could be like your friend is doing well in Python or maybe Java, then I should also choose one. No, please. You are here to prove your problem solving capability, not your language understanding capability, right? So language you should be very language agnostic when you're trying to do the problem solving. Even if it may happen that your friend asks you to switch to another language, well, take a step back. It's not said that you choose only one language. You can choose any language of your choice. But once you have made the choice, just stick to it and remember that you need to master problem solving and not the language varieties as such, right? Third, not participating in online contests. Now, friend, see, this urge of proving yourself, it gets ignited in your heart from the day one, right? Now, these online contests not only help you to arrive at a solution in a time-bounded manner because you are taming your mind to give the solutions in a time-bounded manner, right? But it also introduces you to different set of problems. You might have read about sieve of Eratosthenes or finding like the divisibility of different numbers. But just knowing the concept is not enough. You need to implement those, and you can only implement those when the real life world problems are posed before you in actual contests. So these contests become all the way more important for you. Not only this, it also triggers a sense of competition within you that you need to climb up the leaderboard of the contest. These things eventually in the long run will help to improve your problem solving ability at large. I do understand that the bad ranks do demotivate you. At times, even I was also demotivated. But be remembered that you are preparing for the D-Day. The D-Day when you usually asked to show your problem solving skills, maybe during the job interviews, and that is the time when all the things will start making sense. If you have been honest in the contest that you are giving, it also urges sometimes, it also triggers urge in you to have multiple accounts that hey, from one account I'll submit the solutions, like from one account I will submit the solutions, maybe n number of failure attempts, and in the first go I will submit in some another account and I will show my friend that hey, see, I was able to do this in the very first attempt. Please avoid these things because you are here not to impress your friend, right? You are here to get a job and put bread and butter on your tables. So please focus on that and try to avoid these cheap competitions. You should be focused on the actual competition and you should be trying to master it. Fourth, avoiding upsolving. Well, let me first tell you what is upsolving. So, upsolving is solving a question from a real contest that you participated in and you were not able to solve that question in that particular contest time. Now, see, upsolving is a very important exercise that you must take, especially as a beginner. See, the n number of questions that you were able to solve from the contest in the real time are not actually important for you because you knew them, you implemented them. It might be the case that these questions, n questions that you solved, help you to improve your timing or like connecting the dots of the concepts that you have learned. But your actual knowledge will only be enhanced, a new concept will be added to your bag of skills and concepts that you know by the questions that you were not able to solve in the actual context. So in that particular sense, upsolving becomes all the way very important for you. The very important and the easiest way to upsolve is suppose in a contest there were n questions and out of those n questions you were able to solve x number of questions. Fine, that is okay. Now after the contest gets over, you should be trying to solve the x plus 1th problem. Just one problem. Don't start running after that, hey, I need to upsolve all the questions. Then this exercise will not at all make sense to you. Just start by solving at least one unsolved question, upsolving one unsolved question in the contest, and then once you get into that habit, then there will be no stopping anything. Fifth, and the most important I would say, is not discussing. Now see again, when you are upsolving a question, it might happen that after giving long hours to the question from your side, you were still not able to solve the question. Hey friend, you were not meant to know each and every concept out there, right? Whatever you know is the best that you could have done. Now you need to take a step further. You need to consult those people or maybe the articles or the online available resources to grab that concept, to assimilate that concept within you, right? Here again, the difficulty might arise that you might not be comfortable with your friends group in discussing the problem. Okay, that's fine. There are very much online community that is very happy to discuss the problems that you are not able to solve. Especially if you are participating in contests of some very famous online judges like CodeShare, HackerRank, or maybe LeetCode as per se. Then after some buffer time, there is the time when they release the solution to the question that we are asking in the contest. And also to those solutions, if you scroll a little bit down, then you'll be able to see the community discussion section where people just grill the question in every possible way. In fact, I have tried this in HackerRank when I was doing many questions in my early days of the college. There are many questions that I was not able to understand. However, after going to the comment section down below, just one liner from your community, and then you should be able to do the entire question on your own. That has happened with me. That happens with everyone because you were not meant to know each and everything in the very first place. So always speak up for you yourself. That is, you should be responsible for your growth. So act accordingly. You should be trying to find the solutions on every online forum possible. Lastly, I would like to conclude this video by telling that Not every learning comes the easy way. Sometimes the path ahead might be very difficult for you. But remember, the strategy is all the way more important than just having a dream. So try changing the strategy once before quitting your dreams and commitments altogether. Because sometimes it takes just one strategy change for you to have flying colors, to come out with the flying colors in this coding exercise. That was it for this video. Until then, happy coding fellas. Thank you.